So anyway, I was on the way out to the garage. I was going to talk about a couple things. It's up to, I think it was up to, well, 10, 11, 12 degrees a while ago, somewhere along in there, which ain't exactly a heat wave. It might have been up to 15. And I was going to go out to the garage and do a cold start on the Ford. Somebody sent me an email talking about carbureted engines, and it's kind of an interesting thing to listen to them crank, and I guess I agree with that. I mean, you know, nowadays everything is fuel injected, electronic ignition, and it'll either start or it won't, and it don't matter what you do. You ain't got no choke to work, you ain't got no gas pedal to pump. It doesn't have a thing to do with you. You just hit the button, it either cranks or if it don't crank. If it cranks, you're good, and if it don't crank, you call a wrecker. That's pretty much all you can do anymore. Used to be back in the day though, you can mess around with a carburetor and get the combination right, pump the gas, work the choke, do all kind of stuff like that. So anyway, it's like I say, it's about 15 degrees. I thought it'd be fun to crank the Ford or see if it will crank. Been quite a while since I started it. The thing about the Ford though, pretty much always cranks. I bet that's the blanket the baby was looking for the other day. She was trying to figure out where Charlie's blanket was. In the Ford. I'll take that in. That's from where me and Charlie went to ride the other day. Alright, just for fun, let's see. Let's see what it takes to get this old Ford to start. I can't remember the combination because I ain't cranked it in a while, but I know we pulled the choke out. I don't know whether I pump it or run it a little bit and then pump it. Let's just see what happens. That's not even a choke, it's the air vent. Choke's on the left side on the Jeep, on the right side on the Ford. Let's give it a little gas, give it a little pump. Seems like I pumped it a good bit last time. Like I say, you never know. Yeah, let's see, she's hitting a lick there. Ah, almost cranked. Almost. So that's a 6-volt reverse polarity 292 V8 Ford, running at 15 degrees. Got the choke about halfway out right now. Sounds lovely. I've really been holding off about working on this top because I'm going to be using that hatch material that 415 makes, and it's a water-based material, and where it's this cold I'm a little bit concerned about using it, but my patch is good and solid. You know, I had rust here. I just painted it with 415 and put that fiberglass resin to it. I'm going to tear the insides out of it when it warms up a little bit and do the inside the same way. My roof is rough. You can see a lot of rust pit in it right in here, but you know, that fixed the hole. I had a really ugly hole right here and it fixed it right up. That's good and solid. I did put a piece of brass wire mesh in this little valley here because that was literally rusted all the way through. What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna take that 415 and I'm gonna work this whole track around here all the way across there with it. And I'm not gonna take that windshield out, just because I think that would be opening up a whole hornet's nest of trouble that I don't want to mess with. I'm just saying. So, I would open the hood, but I got all these pieces of stuff on the hood and I don't want to splash it all down in the motor compartment. So, I will push that choke in. I was talking a little bit about, you know, nowadays you don't have a choke to mess with. The choke actually has quite an effect on the motor. You push it in. See how it dropped off? It's running a lot richer. Back when I was a kid, I used to read a lot of books about those World War I biplanes, and it's talking about running the engine richer or leaner, depending on what kind of altitude they were flying at, and, you know, and how far they had to go. And that was a big deal in the whole Doolittle raid after the bombing of Pearl Harbor. They needed those engines to run really lean because they didn't want them to use up all the gas before they got to Japan, where they was going to drop the bombs and all. Nowadays people don't even know about that stuff, but it always was a big issue. Of course, I guess when those old motorheads die off, people won't remember to know about it anymore. Maybe it don't matter. You got computers to think for you nowadays. You don't need to think. You don't need to be in charge of anything because computers just do everything for you. So anyway, it's fun to crank it forward, and y'all pardon me for just blabbering on. I'm bad about that. She runs. I'm happy with that. And I grabbed Charlie's blanket, take it back in the house. I won't say anything to Honey Baby about this. I just let it reappear. She'll think the ghost of the house had it. I brought it back. That'll be kind of fun. We'll see how she reacts to that. Bless her heart, she's such a sweet thing. Woo. Some lady at the post office a while ago said something about Valentine's, and I said, Valentine's Day ain't no special day for us. We just, me and my Honey Baby, we in love every day. You know, that's kind of the way it is around here. We were just talking about that the other day, about how lucky we are. Oh, the joy. Thing is, I don't really want to go in the house, because I've been in the house a lot because of the weather. But I don't want to go outside either because it's cold. So, dang, I said, dang again.